doing this yesterday. So congrats. Okay. So I propose we start the call. I think that Luis is joining us very soon. But I think we can start. Okay, so let me launch the recording.
I think it's already.
It's already initialized. Okay. Okay. So we are in this 62 TSC. Today, participants of Telecom Italia, Orange, Dutch Telecom, Telefonica not yet, Vodafone, Ericsson. I think Nokia is not yet connected. That's it. So we've got the quorum, and Guillermo, you are welcome. Telefonica is also here. Just in time. It's a matter of synchronization. Concerning the general news, yeah, just Ahmed is with us. So we have the end of the open source program of Equinix by the end of 2025. So we are searching for alternative. So we are in discussion with Oracle because they've got an open source program. LizWeb because they are part of the IPCI CIS, and OVH because they are European. But
we can, so in addition to that, Guillaume,
yeah.
So we can check with Mathieu if for the work group one, we can have environment not directly on the bare metal, but on a virtualization layer on our IaaS, VMware based. If that could help so that we can discuss it with Mathieu in work group one.
We are open on this, Ahmed, but I find those two. The most blocking point was the stop of the open source program.
Yeah, directly to the Linux. Yeah. The credit we have for Linux Foundation, I think will end in December.
Yeah. So, okay, even if it's for IaaS alternative on VMware.
No, it was that was attached to metal, to the bare metal. What I'm referring here is outside the Linux Foundation is if it's separate to a conversation we can have with Mathieu on the needs of infrastructure for work group one.
Okay, if I can reformulate, Equinix is open to study continuing sponsoring Sylva through VMware environment for CI.
Yeah, I need to check technically with the.
Okay.
With Mathieu.
Definitely we need to check. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, I will update the minutes, but it's also a good option to know. Thanks. Okay, the second topic in the general news. So I'm preparing the renewal of our GitLab open source program. So there are a bunch of repository. There's only one, I think, that we need to keep secret. It's about managing some credentials. So I have not the technical detail, but it's the only one I have some blocking point, and we need one maximum private repository. So my question to the board is that is there any repository in the GitLab that needs to be private? So I have one for security, but is there another one? Because we can manage it differently for which. So no. So I propose we can vote on this on the member to put open all the repository of Sylva except one. So, Carlo, are you okay with this?
Okay. Yes, for me it's okay. No problem.
Vuk?
Yes, I'm fine with this.
Okay. Guillermo?
Yes, me too.
Nicoletta?
Yeah, I'm fine with this.
Riyad? Riyad, can you hear us? You're probably on mute. Okay. Carlo, can you ask the question by in the chat to Riyad, please? And we'll continue the meeting. Thank you for the support, Carlo. Okay, so directed fund information. So just a quick feedback. So we were participating with Carlo, and I think it's all on the actual current participants here to this TSC. So our feedback is that we are preparing the budget for next year. So we plan to increase budget to manage the events. Also the opportunity to have e-learning on Sylva and also CI resources, but here it's not about the Equinix CI, it's about the GitLab, because even if we are in the ultimate program, we are reaching the CI compute maximum. So this is some of the topics that has been discussed. I don't know, Carlo, if you have other topics you want to share about giving feedback of this governing board.
No, I think that the main point are the one that you mentioned.
Concerning Sylva v1.5, so you probably seen there were two related blogs, one from Canonical and one other from Red Hat, mentioning their integration in this in this version. Tomorrow there will be the workgroup 5, so perhaps they will also propose to have a communication about this release to highlight some key features. Currently, there's not this one. Sorry, it's. Oh, okay. Currently, we have in the GitLab the detailed release note. It's not yet on the technical portal, but at least we have it in the GitLab. So many things about networking, also on Capo. What I want to highlight, perhaps it's too exhaustive, but on the storage and backup, we have integrated Valero. And concerning security, we progressed well on the OpenBAO integration. So it will be validated for 1.6, but many things have already been done here. And you have what I mentioned about OKD integration and also about Canonical integration. So you'll find all the info here. So I'll provide the link in the TSC report. What's next? So yes, to have this on the web portal, our technical web portal. Currently, it's blocked on v1.4. And we are working on a detailed list of features of the v1.6, so the next release. Currently, for this TSC, I prepared with Matthew. So Matthew is in a developer seminar, so he's not with us. But we prepared the roadmap. So during last TSC, sorry, we had a first review. So for now, we are still integrating feedback. Of course, it's an incremental process. Don't hesitate to give feedback. But if we can validate the v1.6 and the following release, so the 1.7, 1.8, if you have some points. So 1.6, it's so Valero has already been integrated, but we want to have more documentation with basic configuration. We want to enhance the user creation with full automation, so it will be very useful for operational purpose. Network services, we really want to work egress gateway with SNAT, so it's common activities with the workgroup 7. We have an active discussion with Telecom Italia on this point also. Security, we want to land OpenBAO integration. The code is already ready, in fact. OKD, currently we have a tech preview on the integration. So here it's have a production grade like we have for canonical Kubernetes. We have tech preview on AI, so it's to integrate GPU as a Sylva unit. And we really want to push also Sylva to be reference implementation on the O-Cloud interface. So we have some proposal to do in that space. I was discussing with Lucian Sushu today, and we progress on this point, and we can share this element during this release. Is there any questions on this v1.6? No? And after all, we want to progress on the next release. I will just detail v1.7. So we want to land Leap Micro integration. So for the moment, it's only an option. So it's switching to immutable OSs. We want to go further in the integration of hybrid cloud with hyperscaler. And concerning the workgroup 6 about workloads with GitOps deployment, we want to propose a first list of components we can share with different operators. And yes, integrating multi-cluster application filtering with service mesh or other solution. And I don't know, Vuk, if we will land host-based routing first integration in this v1.7 as a tech preview. I don't know if you have an idea on this. We have time, but
from the timing perspective, it could be possible, but we didn't evaluate that. The host-based routing implementation will be the add-on that could be plugged probably at any time, but still need to. It's a good goal to work against.
Okay.
Let's say so.
Yeah, and we want to explore on the edge about a single node server. So it's more far edge. Okay. So before asking for a vote, is there something missing here you really need, or is there something that is not aligned with your internal business targets, the production deployment? No feedback. So I propose to have a vote. So in the list of my teams, Carlo.
For me, it's okay.
Is it going in the appropriate direction?
I think so.
Okay. Vuk? Is it okay for you, Vuk?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm muting. Fine by me. Yep, as well.
Okay. Guillermo?
Yes, fine for me too.
Okay. If something is missing, don't hesitate. It's open. Nicoletta?
Fine for me. Approved.
Okay. I hope you like our activities about Open RAN and OCloud. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really showing the progress.
Okay. We will share you. Okay. Riyadh?
Yes, looks fine.
Okay. Thanks all. So I consider it as validated. So I will push the update as usual in the GitLab with a PDF link. Thanks all for this. I was a little bit longer on workgroup 1 and general news, but I will let the floor to Guillermo on the workgroup 2.
Thank you, Guillaume. Okay, so about working group 2, I'm going to go directly into the progress since the last meeting. So in the first section regarding what is done, we have had the first meeting for the new subgroup creation, the one regarding flavor validation. We have started this work line by defining the list of requirements that a Kubernetes distro should be compliant with. And now the idea is to start working several weeks on how we can define the way that we can test that these requirements are covered by the Kubernetes distro under analysis. In second place, we are progressing, of course, with the active validations. Currently, we have the Juniper cloud native router that is being validated in Orange, the Juniper CSRX, the firewall that is being validated in Telefonica, the Mavenir telephony application server that is a module of the Mavenir IMS that is being validated in Orange too. And now we are about to start the Suma Networks SDN validation in Telefonica too. And hopefully for the next meeting or the next working group 2 meeting, we will be able to tell you that we have finished at least one or two of them, because in some of them we are at the last stages of the validation process. And regarding the future, in the next section, we will have, of course, to complete the active validations. We are going to define, as I commented before, the process to validate the different Kubernetes distro, Kubernetes Sylva flavors that are going to be included in Sylva, the ones that are already included in Sylva, like the new ones that you know, the canonical one, the OKD from Red Hat, etc. And we are working on setting up a new validation platform, as you know, that is going to be the first one of Open Nebula. We had a meeting with them last week or a couple of weeks. No, I think it was last week. Yeah, and we provide to them the requirements that the 6-ring BSR needs to be covered, because, as you know, they are going to deploy the Sylva stack on top of Open Nebula with their CAPI plugin, and then they are going to validate 6-ring BSR as the pending point to be able to be considered as a new official validation platform. So hopefully in the following weeks we will have this new platform available too. And I think this is all for my side. Thank you very much.
Okay, so any question to Guillermo? Clarification or no?
No.
Thank you, Guillermo. So
Okay,
concerning,
thanks.
yeah, many thanks. So concerning workgroup 3, so François-Régis is not with us today. He's with Matthew. Concerning the progress, so we had some good progress on the HSM integration, so to have better encryption key management. So it's part of our hardening. And on the next topic, they are going to organize the meeting to have feedback on the vulnerability management and continue working on hardening with other mechanisms than HSM. You probably discovered that the CNF guideline disappeared on the web documentation, so we are going to reintroduce it. It's an important deliverable of this working group. And so they will also create also some guidelines about hardening. So we're really pushing about hardening. So security, it's hardening, but also vulnerability management. So it's two legs that are very important. And we are working also to have interaction with Workgroup 2 concerning airbag. So that's it for Workgroup 3. You can have questions. I'm not sure that I can answer to it, but at least I can take the points. No question? Okay. On Workgroup 4, Wamin?
Thank you. So in Workgroup 4, so the latest green dashboard release 102 is already done, and the next release is 103. So we are looking for 2 November timeframe demos as TSC. One is the end-to-end demo with the web app and the green dashboard. So this is also going to be the 102. I think it's a 102 release. So this is something we can potentially get ready in the later half of November TSC meeting. And the other demo we are looking for is also along that time frame, potentially in the early phase of November. This came from an Orange research engineer who just showed to us the advanced use of HPA, the Kubernetes HPA. So as you already know, the HPA is able to set the minimal and the maximal, but there's no reserve. So the changes from Borneo is that to set a reserve. So whenever something goes wrong, the reserve can be active. So you can use the instantaneous part activation instead of restart it from scratch. This has a good use cases for both energy reservation as well as high availability. So I'm thinking that a TSC demo will raise the visibility of the projects and hopefully can help the other working group to see if there's any potentials to improve the reliability of the system. And we can also use in that working group level sponsorship to escalate his work to Kubernetes community. Because at the end of the day, to make a proposal to the Kubernetes community requires some of the real world use cases as a backup. So get a TSC level demo and get approval from the working groups is going to be a huge beneficial for that work.
Okay, so I mean so you are targeting the TSC of 12th of November?
Yes, for the Kubernetes backup part. Yeah.
For the 1.2 green dashboard, and for the HPA on the same occurrence, or
November 12th.
Yeah.
Okay. So can we get like a 20 minutes for each one of those?
You want 20 minutes for each one?
Or maybe we can just split into 2 meetings.
Yeah. If you need 20 minutes, I think we need 2 different TSC.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's just say have one in November 12th for the green dashboard demo, and then in the next meeting we have for the HPA demo.
Okay.
Another 20 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I will mention this in the minutes. November green dashboard. And end of November, HPA evolution. Yeah, so we are proposing to modify Kubernetes kernel. So yeah, Sylva is pushing the lines.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Ramin. Concerning Workgroup 5.
Yep, I can do the update. So hello everyone. So the first thing really important is that we have two big events coming up on the 28th and on the 29th of October. On the 28th, as you know, it is the Linux Foundation Member Summit in Ghent, in Belgium, where I will be representing Sylva on a Sylva booth all day long. And on the 29th, this is the Linux Foundation Europe Roadshow, again in Ghent, in Belgium. And there will be a short presentation about Sylva, around 15 minutes, that I will do. And then there will be a panel, which will last 30 minutes. And it will be focused on the Linux Foundation projects that represent the diversity and successes of today. And each project will briefly share its journey, its governance model with the Linux Foundation and so on. And the session will conclude with a panel discussion exploring the opportunities and challenge related to being part of the Linux Foundation. So those are for the events. Concerning events, for 2026, we need to list our next events, the events we need to attend. We already, I think, the governing board voted a budget already for the events, and now we need to list the events that we want to attend. So please, if you have any events that you think that Sylva really need to be there, send us an email, a message on Slack or wherever you want, because this is a time of the year where we are planning our next moves. So please send me the events you want us to attend as a Sylva community. Concerning social media, we have a new social media manager from the Linux Foundation because Federica is on maternity leave. And our new social media manager is Jill Lovato. So congrats to her. And we are really happy that she is joining the team. And last but not least, as you all know, we were working on a video for Sylva Communication. The first draft was delivered today by Self-Focus. So thank you again for Self-Focus work. But we need to work on the branding of the video and on the animation, so really graphic stuff. So it's not ready yet, but we are making a lot of progress here, so we are really happy. And this is the end for me.
Okay, so this Sylva video will be very useful in terms of communication and for events where you're going to participate in the future.
Sure.
Yeah.
And Guillaume, I sent you everything. I've written down everything. I mean the updates, and I've sent it there directly to you if you want to use it.
Yeah, thanks. It will facilitate my life. Any question to Julie? Or Julie asked if you have in mind some important event you think we should be. Don't hesitate. No? Not for today? Okay. Concerning workgroup 6, Morgan.
Yes, if you refresh, I
Yeah.
add some stuff. So I'm preparing the invitation for the next meeting that will take place beginning of November. We will discuss about the new Flux 2.7 and new feature, and also have a discussion on promotion strategy. I'm trying to find a good slot in order to accommodate also people from APEC zone, because they already mentioned they would like to participate. So people in Australia and in India, which is quite far. So I'm discussing with people from Telstra to find the best slots. And yeah, maybe something also around the cloud native verification. So I know that there are some tests done in working groups too, but I may invite one of the developers of the verification framework to the framework that gives some indications on the cloud nativeness of a solution. That this is a recurrent questions in GitOps. Is your CNF cloud native or not? So that will be the program for the working group 6 beginning of November.
Okay, and if we can succeed to onboard Telstra, yes, it will be a great news.
Yeah, we have to start earlier.
Yeah. Okay. And last but not least, Vuk.
Hello, hello. So working group 7, there was actually most of the activity in last period between the meetings was still on setting up the logistics for the working group, like catching up with the mailing list, which is in progress, and possibility to have a communications done so that people can register to the mailing list, and we can also maintain the agenda in a Google document. So housekeeping stuff still mostly, because I realized after the first meeting we don't have everything in place in order to be able to broadcast and then organize voting. This is going to be corrected as we speak, and the task or the activity is that is ongoing in the meantime is to select the name for the host-based routing implementation donated by DT. There are a couple of proposals in place, like Sylva connector, infra connector, fabric connector, or something like that. So this is going to be a topic of the next meeting, which is on Thursday next week. And as we got, as you mentioned, Guillaume, we got request to evaluate or to give a feedback and recommendation on the egress gateway topic, which is already on the agenda.
Yeah, important one on our side. For production, we have some requirements, so yeah, important topic for us. Many thanks. Any question to Vuk? Additional comments? So we'll be glad
I
for
have
next. Yeah, go. Sorry.
Maybe I have one question, Guillaume. Would anybody from the work group 1 be available to join the meeting and to present this egress gateway evaluation so far?
Yeah, so Vlad Onutu, I think, will participate, and he was the guy who was the leader on this topic. So I think you've got the right expert.
And he is a co-lead of the working group, so there will be no gap there. Okay, great, thank you.
A deviation on this point. So perhaps on the next TSC we'll have a new name for the HVR. So yeah, it will be the opportunity to share it. Okay, great. So before closing this TSC, is there any other questions? And I think we have one from Nicoletta. At least.
Yes, if time permits, I would like to raise a question to the wider team and get your feedback. You know, Vodafone was, let's say, considering bringing up for the discussion the option to bring hardware vendors contributing to the Sylva community. That is slightly different from the development of the cloud stack, but it's especially in Open RAN and the edge computing, we've seen it is increasingly important for us to get the right vendors with the right capabilities for the hardware to ensure the success of the cloud deployment, and to develop together with them the features that we really want to see as part of the next generation platforms that we'll deploy. So that was the kind of question that we want to ask you and get your feedback and see if there are options to bring innovative hardware vendors that are focusing on the silicon development, primarily for the cloud, edge computing, and the Open RAN.
Okay. So before giving the microphone to the other members, just to recap, having hardware contribution, it's part of the scope. We have already some partners like Lenovo, Dell, were part of of Sylva contribution on Redfish, for example, or on Metal Cube, on the GPU integration. So we have some previous activities on that field. And now you were more focused about silicon partnership. So can you detail a little bit more what you have in mind, for example?
Yes. So partners such as the Accelercom or NVIDIA or these kind of partners that can that are focusing on the next generation of hardware development that is very closely linked with the features that we want for the cloud, the edge cloud computing, and the Open RAN.
Yeah. So for Orange, and I will let the others to comment. Having a discussion about integration of hardware and silicon vendors, it's important. Kisong from AMD is on the bridge, so we have some discussion with AMD. Having same discussion with NVIDIA is also open. So yeah, this is my position. And for the others, is there any additional comments from the members?
Well, from my side, I think it's important also the involvement of hardware vendors. And as you said, Guillaume, we had in the past some involvement from Dell, for instance. Not in the last times, but I think that they can be involved again. And I agree with Nicoletta that it's important, especially for specific use case like the RAN one, to have the support of the hardware vendor to have the right configuration also for the stack, for the software stack.
This is Kisang from AMD. So thanks, Nicoletta, for bringing this up. So I've been also wondering, because right now the VRAN, the AMD, you know that we've been pretty much like pro open source, right? So that's why we just participate in the Sylva projects. We like to just get into that kind of any, the opportunity, especially the new generation. Our platform will be definitely just supporting. But then we like to go with open source solution vendor like SRS RAN. We've been closely working with them since last year. Our stack their stack has been already fully validated. We're just working on the performance optimizations and LDPC and algorithm optimization. So we are doing a lot of activity to support the full ecosystem that goes with this European operator, especially for the Sylva projects. So please let me know if there's anything that from the vendor point of view, we can also work out with our OEM ecosystem partner, like Lenovo, HP, Supermicro. We are just also closely working with them. We can pretty much go to the market along with these forces to help you to basically going and prepare for the next generation of the Open RAN.
Thank you, Kisong. And I think thanks to highlight that when we have some open source solution or open source component, it's obvious that Sylva can go deeper in terms of documentation, in terms of releasing some test configuration. So I think it's one important fact. The other thing is that for many hardware components, they are not open source. So in that field, we can manage some tests. We can release the results of the test. And it's part of Sylva initial objectives when we launch the initiative. I hope we covered your topic, Nicoletta.
Yes. So my last point, and thank you very much, everyone, for your inputs. That's really important for us. Is there any charter that we refer to as one of the objectives what exactly we are aiming to do in terms of the hardware development, or how we are aiming to incorporate the hardware strategy into the Sylva open stack.
Currently, we have the roadmap, as you see. We have the integration of GPU.
Okay.
Yeah, but as I mentioned before, it's an open roadmap. If on your side, for example, I mentioned I did not focus today on the v1.8 or v1.9. For us, it's very important to have end-to-end observability, external storage. But if on the next releases, you want to have specific hardware validation or exploration based on your platform, having a new kind of hardware where we want to validate some features, it's really open. And Guillermo is with us. If you are proposing a DU from I don't know which vendors, I don't know if it's Samsung. If you want to propose Samsung to have a specific test on a specific hardware inside the validation program, I think Guillermo will be more than happy.
Okay, brilliant.
Yep.
Okay, then thank you very much. I'll try to take this feedback, and I'll come with specific proposal probably.
Yeah, and don't hesitate to prepare. If you need the support of Carlo and I, we are here also to support you for the onboarding of that kind of partner. If you want to test your proposal, also we are
Sure.
we are here to support. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Is there any other remark or questions? No. Thanks all. And see you in 2 weeks. Carlo will be the master of next TSC. Thanks all. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Bye.
Thank
See
you.
you
Bye
next
bye.
until then.
Thank you.